Welcome back. I told you we have a great show planned for you. Well, guess what? We're putting down a track, and it's an inner-city program designed to support youth and their communities. I have with me Ms. Kay Hyman, who is the Public Relations Director for the SPCA, and also Mr. Lane Cyphers, who is a social worker. But he's also with Carolina Productions. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Fine. How you doing, Kay?
I'm great.
That's good. And we have our friend. And who is this, Kay?
Of course, I feel naked without a dog. This is Beret. He's a little lab mix, and he's available at the SPCA along with many, many other dogs and cats.
Okay. Kay, let's talk about this because, again, I said this is put down a track. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about the SPCA and what you hope to accomplish with this.
Well, what we're hoping to do is we're hoping that we're going to be able to get kids that like animals and are interested in animals to come out, spend some time with the animals, make them feel better about being at the shelter, which is a really tough place to be. And also, in return, they'll get rewarded for that by being able to go into Carolina Studios and record their music.
Wow. Well, Lane, let's talk about how this all came about. Now, we know that this is why we want the kids to be a part of it, but how are you a part of it?
I heard an interview with B.B. King who said that he would have been in jail or dead if it wasn't for the guy down the street with the recording studio. And since I was working with teenagers, I noticed they all loved music, so I brought together an after-school program called Carolina Studios. And Mark Bryan from Hootie and the Blowfish heard the idea. At that point, it was just an idea, and he helped us run the ball with it.
Oh, wow. Now, let's talk about the ages of these kids, Kay. How old do they need to be?
13 to 20 years old,
Okay.
and we have all kinds of music styles. We have youth doing, if they're into hip hop, they come in and do beats, rock and roll, gospel. We're set up for just about everything now. So.
Wow, okay.
And at the shelter, if they'd like to volunteer, if they give 20 hours of service to the shelter, then they get 20 hours back in the studio. If they're under 17, they have to have a parent with them to volunteer at the shelter.
Oh, okay.
But there are lots of ways they can volunteer to help the animals without even being at the shelter. So don't think if you can't get your parents to come in with you that you're not going to be able to qualify for this. We have kids that make up flyers, distribute them in neighborhoods, and collect needed supplies for the shelter. You know, if you keep track of your hours and you work with us on that, we can, you know, count those as volunteer hours also. So don't think you just have to go to the shelter and work. There are lots of other things you can do to help the animals at the SPCA.
Okay, well, that certainly sounds great. Now, we're talking about volunteering, and that telephone number is
747-4849 to volunteer at the shelter, but they can also volunteer if they're handy with a hammer, or they can hulk bricks, or help to work with Habitat for Humanity. They can also help them, and I'm sure they have lots of ways you can help, even in their offices and also on site for the buildings. And
Okay.
that is
okay, because you have quite a few sponsors. Tell us a little bit quickly about those sponsors, Lane.
The Jake McGuire Savage Foundation, Hootie and Blowfish Foundation, and Kids Inc. USA gave us a building for free.
Wow, and the Charleston Habitat for Humanity?
Yep, Charleston
Those are
Habitat for
two,
Humanity.
and with the
Of course.
SPCA.
Yep, and SPCA, of course.
Yep, and of course we're excited about it. And if you want to call for Habitat to volunteer, you call.
We have the
number here.
722-7145.
Yep.
Okay,
You
great.
okay, all right.
What's really nice too about this, Tammy, is the fact that the youth are coming in and they're learning computer skills.
Okay.
They're not just coming in to doing the singing. We teach them to do their beats. We teach them how to write, put the music down tracks. So they're learning audio
that's production, everything.
And then when they're done with the CD, then they learn graphic software to make CD covers. So they're learning all these computer skills, and eventually we want to do video production maybe within 2 years.
Okay,
That's
sounds
great.
good. Well, we're going to come back because we have a student that we want to talk to as well. Okay? We'll be right back. Welcome back. I told you we have a great show planned for you. Well, this is the second part of talking about Put Down a Track. I'm here with Lane Cyphers. He is the social worker and also from Carolina Studios. And I have Art, an artist. How you doing? That's good. Well, we're talking about Put Down a Track, and Lane, you explained already about what the kids do. Tell us again some of the things that they learn.
They'll learn audio production. They'll learn basic recording skills. Eventually, they'll learn computer graphics to make CD covers.
So
Really
they
everything
just-
involved in the studio, yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. Now, Art, tell me about your involvement with Carolina Studios and with Put Down a Track.
Well, I first got involved, I had to help him out in community service. But after I did that, I could go inside the studio and make beats, make songs, put them down. He would help me with them. And basically after that, I'm just making songs, trying to get a CD together. Basic compilation of like 12 songs.
Okay.
And he said he would help me get it together.
Now that's wonderful. So what's your genre of music? What do you do?
Oh, I rap.
Oh, so you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, how do you like being a part of this whole idea of being able to learn how to put down your own music?
I mean, that's good because that's basically what I want to learn, and I got a love for music, so you know what I mean, it's something I enjoy doing. So it's
And going in the studio, producing your own music, how does that make you feel? Because I know that's part of that creative energy, you know. How do you feel when you're in the studio?
I mean, I feel like, you know what I mean, I'm a part of something, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm doing something I enjoy, so it feel like everybody family, you know what I mean? Because you all there for the same purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, tell us quickly what you'd like to tell some of the other young people between the ages of 13 and 20, why they should get involved with a program like this.
I mean, if you want to get involved, it's good, you know what I mean? Because basically, you got somewhere to be. You ain't out on the streets, you know what I mean? And Atlanta a good person, you know what I mean? So you ain't got to worry about them, you know what I mean? And letting you be around other people who ain't really with it, so, you know what I mean? So basically, if you want to be somewhere where you enjoy music, being around other people that enjoy music, it's basically good to come
So
out.
come on down to the studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Lane, want to talk to you about that guitar. That's a special guitar.
Yeah.
Can I see it, Art?
Sure. Yeah, Art, bring that up.
Now tell us about this quickly.
On this guitar right here, it's got Hootie's signatures on it, and if the first person who give a donation of $5,000, they get to get it. You gotta call Lane, and he'll give it to you.
And this is $5,000 for?
Yeah, it's a donation to our program. We have a lot of expensive equipment. None of it goes towards salaries. All of us are volunteers at Carolina Studios. So it goes to recording equipment, and it's a new guitar, it's a Takamine, and it's signed by everyone from Haiti.
Excuse me.
And the first person that calls 568-3657 will have the opportunity to own a Hootie guitar.
All right, a Hootie guitar.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Kay Hyman from the SPCA. I also want to thank you, Lane.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you, too, Art, for joining us on Tammy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? We'll be right back.
It entertains you.
It informs you.
It inspires you.